you have been singing the song of your soul, and the more that you walk through each situation, each challenge, and whatever this challenge is to get over this hump, you've already been putting into motion strengthening, strengthening, strengthening. And this hump is also the strengthening. Will you keep going? Will you keep singing the song of your soul? Because it's in motion. Everything is in motion that you put into motion over the past few years. And so singing the song of your soul and keeping going is forgiving those times. Oh, well, for a year I haven't blah, 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 or for a few months, or maybe you're judging yourself because like for 2 days in a row you just slept. But what I'm saying is you put the song of your soul into motion with all this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say for 5 generations of your lineage, whether you're male or female, so the generational karma, the generational trauma that you've been clearing, is through 5 generations. And it's been being put into motion through that generational karma. So you could look at your mother or your father or your grandma or your grandpa or your great grandpa or your great grand, and all of that line as, oh, these people couldn't do this, they couldn't make it in this way. Or you could look at it as finding in each generation how they did start to slowly shift a pattern, whatever that is. So whatever area you have an issue around, like karma around, say money or relationships or with your mother, or it can be more specified, like having kids out of being married, or and I've worked with people that have had that karma where they have major judgments of having kids with not being married, and then their kids would have the same pattern. They would have kids without getting married, and when they look back over the generational stuff, there's a lot of judgment over hitting limitations around merely the idea of that, because that had a deeper symbolic meaning for their generational karma. So some people it's with money. Oh, well, I have never made this amount, or I have never. So you might see limitations through that generational karma. And also looking at the karma, this one has, this star has a lot of lines right here, and they're all black, and it's right by this person's ear. So this is temptation to me. So you're going to have, let's say, there's going to be like a temptation that is pulling you down into what feels like the negative forces. So you're not going to know, it's going to feel like a pull into something heavier. And you're not going to be able to tell kind of, is this awakening me? Is this, you're going to, there's a fear here that it's pulling you into something that you won't be able to get out of, that will be too negative for you to handle, etc. So this is basically about, and it's right, the ear is right next to this. There's an eye here, but there's also a bigger expansive eye here. So this dark pull is actually bringing you into a deeper expansion of unexplored territory. So you're gonna be going into this territory that is very unexplored for you. It's gonna be very new, and there's still gonna be a lot of judgment of attachment in this area. So this is delving into something that you're very attached to. So this can be anything: food, alcohol, talking on the phone too much, clothing. It can be anything that really tempts you and hypnotizes you. So this is a hypnotic energy that's coming forward. That's something that you're very, very tied into and attached. And what this is going to do is the more that you heal that attachment, the more you set intentions to heal it, the more you're going to start to see this part of you awaken into a very deep, profound, steady gift. So it's almost going to be an energy, not a specific thing, but an energy that you're going to carry of looking at this, that is, you're just holding a you're clearing an idea of the perception of yourself and how you see yourself from the inside, because we're all walking around in these like everyone tells me if I only see my beauty, my life would change, right? But what does that look like? So often we're like, what does that mean? What does beauty look like? What does inner beauty look like? So we go inside and we can't see anything specific. So this is about that lesson. So it's about feeling the energy of that rich lesson of something that seems so superficial that you're attached to. Seeing the beauty and depth of how that has formed you karmically over eons and eons and eons. And just continuing to learn how to see yourself. How do you see yourself? There's a star here on the throat chakra. With a longer arm here. This is about clearing judgment. So there's something going on in the throat chakra of the entire planet. And so because we're all clearing that as a collective, if you think about it, it's this fire and the smoke and the people rising up, being heard, our voices, us really allowing our voices to connect with that greater soul's song. So, and the smoke and the things getting in the way. And if you think about it, COVID was all about coughing and lungs. So you're going to feel this energy very heavy when you go out in your throat. And it's going to maybe feel more stuck to communicate, more, there's a heavier energy. And the key here is to go inside and find ways to soothe yourself. You might be in a very powerful shift, and although you think you need to be doing something, when you go out, you may be called, oh, this doesn't feel right, or that doesn't feel right, or I need to be at home, or whatever is pulling you. Follow, check inside, check within your heart, but follow that heart energy to where it's guiding you, because you may be forgetting about something, or you may be getting a message to do something and you aren't able to hear it because you're driving your car down the street going for a bag of chips, when you know you're wasting your time in some way. So this is about clearing the energy, or maybe you need to go home because you need to clear some sort of energy off of you that has attached itself. You don't know what it is, but Spirit keeps saying, go, take care of yourself. So then we're leading up into the chin, through the mouth area here. This to me represents a lot of silence. The entire portrait represents a silent power that is coming forward through the planet. So this power is coming up here, and you can see this level of eyes looking through the soul with light. So you're going to be looking through with this lens of light more, and things aren't going to make as much sense. Your room isn't going to make sense. Your house isn't going to make sense. Maybe your marriage isn't going to make sense, or your relationship, or something your kids did that affected you before is not going to be affecting you in the same way. It's like, because the planet's in that shift, there's going to be a shift of how things are affecting you, because you're going to be more of like a neutral observer in it all. Everything is going to be more neutralized for you. And it's going to feel uncomfortable, because we're so used to reacting to everything, right? And if you think about it, I mean, we're used to reacting to everything. And maybe, you know, something doesn't come forward, or somebody, you know, bothers us, triggers bother in us, or whatever it is that feels disappointing. And it's like, it's going to feel really uncomfortable to you, that you know that it doesn't matter, because you know in a stronger way that spirit has a plan for you. So those things are going to be more neutralized. So this is really good, because you're coming to a neutral part of yourself where you're not reacting to it. You're just moving towards the direction that you want more of. Then I see circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm seeing these as windows of opportunity. So what's 9 is a number, 3, 3, 3. So you put a 3 in the center and 2 3s on either side of it. You're going to get these multiple completions happening in your life at the same time. They're not going to feel quite complete, but because it's a 3 instead of a 2, so there's always going to feel like there's something in your life with these things that can still be completed, that can still be moved. You know, these are things, maybe 3 major points in your life where you look back and go, oh, I wish I could have done that, or I wish I could have had this, or I wish I would have said that or taken that opportunity. These are things that the way to complete them is to forgive them. So one method I use of forgiveness is I forgive myself for judging myself as... And you can forgive all the incompletions in your life and declare them complete. You know, that led me to find a way to make the story different. So then I'm going to read this big star. These big stars to me always represent a profound spiritual gift. Now this is a reading for everyone, so, or anyone who can receive healing for it. So whatever your gifts are, that's for you to know. But these are being heard very loudly in your life. These gifts, how the angels are blessing the planet and the planet is being blessed through each of us, it's magnifying our spiritual gifts. So we're going to feel very expanded. We're going to feel extremely open. We're going to feel things differently than the way we felt them before. So there's going to be just, we're like walking in this expansion. And it's not really something you can understand with your mind, but it's going to be more of like a feeling level of expanding into your soul's calling. So it's kind of like a karma of like, we're all walking the earth, kind of aware of the nomadic nature of our souls. And if we were all just nomads And we didn't have all these like lives, okay? So we're spiritual nomads, right? If we didn't have the lives that we had, then what would we make sense of it? So a lot of this is about healing attachment to the world, attachment to our stuff, the things that anything we are attached to. This is all about expansion into non-attachment. So it's going to feel kind of like we're not feeling things as much, but that's a good thing because we're neutral. And neutrality is a powerful spiritual place to be when we can hold observing in neutrality. So this expansion is taking place in all of us as we're healing that neutrality and finding what is beyond the attachment of this world. There's going to be people that fight it, like, I need to stay attached, I need to grab onto this, I need to latch. And we're going to see that in the way the government runs things. We're going to see that in the way maybe if we have people that we disagree with, like things like that. We're going to see that attachment reflected to us in our world. But the way to heal it is to go within. I'm starting to get hot. I know that's when I'm clearing an energy. So this is really about just allowing a transformation and really, really allowing all of it to bring us into our authentic self, to bring us into the belief that we are already living our dreams. And how do we do that? We raise our vibrational alignment with our dreams. That spiritual gift can raise everything on the planet, bring that light in, and we can let go. There's going to be a feeling here of worry that you're not getting to your dreams yet, because why have a spiritual gift if I'm not getting to my dreams? This again is about getting beyond this hump to this next level of success, and then looking at what is that success? What do I want to, what does success look like to me? Like truly look like. And really delving within if you don't know. Because there's so many ideas out there, you know, talk to your future self, or manifest, or visualize, or tap, or all this stuff. And a lot of it doesn't teach, give it to God. Let it go. Let it go. The more that you just go within and let go and focus, I'm working with my spiritual gifts, I'm of service wherever I am, the more that you're going to draw what you want into you. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.